Today we're going to have a discussion about something I've been seeing all over YouTube and in Facebook forums, and that happens to deal with some of the discontinued stuff from AKAI. However, I want to get into this real quick. Make sure that y'all check us out at 16levels.com. I have masterclasses for all the MPCs for both 2.0 and 3.0, which we're going to talk a lot about in this video and some of the other situations. And I'm also selling my MPC X SE on this exact same website. I have a link in the description box for that as well. And it's going for a ridiculous price, as you can see. So first come, first serve. I also know the main question that will be in the comment section, and feel free to have this discussion with me. It will be, oh, then why are you selling your MPC? Isn't it the best MPC? And it has nothing to do with a new MPC coming out or having some insider information or anything that has to do with anything. It's just that I'm selling it. However, the biggest thing right now that people are talking about is, will they be a new MPC? And I think all of this information or all of this stuff is because of the new OS, which is MPC 3.0, which, you know, I talk about on this channel quite often, or enough. And I'm going to tell you the answer to that emphatically is no, and here's why. Well, the first reason why, it has a lot to do with me covering a lot of the MPC rumors in the past, and I have not seen any of the same patterns from that. Because when I talk about stuff, I talk about it from a credible source. I think you guys know that I'm plugged in with AKAI. Some of y'all say I'm an AKAI employee, and I'm not. It's just that I love the MPC and a lot of, you know, I know y'all be messing with me and whatnot. However, there is no information from the FCC of, you know, there's usually a blueprint that comes out and we get an idea of what the next MPC will look like. And the reason why they have to go through the FCC happens to do with they have Bluetooth and it has Ethernet cable, so it can be plugged up to the internet and all this other stuff. And they want to check if it's safe or whatnot. So that's why. And then you can just go acquire that. If you want to go digging to see what MPC is out, then anybody can. You know what I mean? It just happens that news channels and news pages get this information and just leak it just to generate hype. And yeah, I'm sure a lot of people are hype about getting a new MPC since we got the new MPC OS and all this other stuff. But I just think, again, that you guys should proceed with precaution where y'all get your information from. All right. I noticed that. OK, and I'm not trying to. That's not a shot. Y'all know how I am, but that's not a shot. Then there's the obvious reason why there's not a new MPC, bro. I won't make a video like this. You know what I'm saying? I dread even having to make a video like this, and I'm only speaking because it is a topic that people are interested in and people ask me. I've had people just contact me out of nowhere and was asking, man, what is there a new MPC? I see there's the MPCs are being discontinued and all this other stuff. And no, the answer is no, it's not. And if it was that, I wouldn't even answer your text message, guys, like straight up. You know how people are. Some people just want to have the inside information like that's really going to make them buy it. But, you know, it is what it is. But the obvious reason, the third reason, is tariffs and stuff like that. And I necessarily can't speak on it because I'm not an insider. I haven't worked with these companies or whatnot, but I can speak on after 2021, there was tariffs or whatnot, and the MPC's prices went up. OK, the MPC prices went all the way up. Matter of fact, I think the MPC 1, which happens to be the cheapest MPC, and it came out and I bought it in 2020 for $700. Bro. It was $900 at one time because of tariffs. And I think that it should be worrisome to a lot of people in this industry, even if you're just a hobbyist or whatever, because, yeah, price is going to go up again. Now, Ricky Tinez has actually covered this before, and we're going to listen to it right now.
Now, and you're afraid you won't be able to afford it even more later, don't buy it now and put yourself in a pinch. That's just not a good idea. Just save up. It's going to be more expensive. Yeah, I know it's going to suck, but you're better off covering your bases.
You heard him say it. It will be a little bit more expensive. So what he's doing is just speaking into the situation at hand that happens to do with tariffs, and that gear is going to go up in prices. So now that we have understood that, you can see why AKAI is kind of combating that issue with selling all of their stock that's in store. So yeah, that is a smart strategy if you ask me. To have the lowest prices in a time where people aren't buying gear. And if you haven't noticed, this space hasn't been necessarily that exciting in a while. And you can see that by my own traction on my channel, other people's channels. Some people, they're dabbling and working with companies and doing their content because companies are asking them to do it. That still exists, but I'm not necessarily in that sphere anymore. Just off the strength of, man, it's kind of sucks to, as much as I enjoy creating music, and yes, I did ask for this dream in my life, it is quite annoying to do content for different companies that you got to send the video to them so they approve of your message or whatever. Then it just becomes somewhat of a dishonest, it becomes a infomercial basically of you showing the gear off. That's the type shit that I did not sign up for when it comes to gear. And truth be told, AKAI has never been like that. And that's why I've been with AKAI or rocking with AKAI on that sense, even though I always liked MPCs in general or just samplers in general. So with that, dude, with them having to raise prices and dropping a new MPC right now, that is just not going to happen. And I'm just going to keep it real with you guys because y'all are fickle people. When we're talking about the MPC gang, y'all are mad fickle and want to debate and cry about something. Y'all ask, demand for something, it gets met. Y'all move the goalposts and all this other stuff. And I can only imagine with them dropping the MPC Key 37 back in 2024, it's 2025. You don't get that many new MPCs. Yes, I do understand that we got a new MPC OS for standalone, and then they haven't done the software yet. So what do you think they're focusing on? And it's as simple as you go onto their website. Now, this right here was a huge, phenomenal event that many people do not understand. And I guess I would have to cover it in another video because we got to talk about this whole brand loyalty type shit that people have and people having beef with other brands and stuff like that. And this right here just shows you where the industry is at right now. Like, the other companies are collaborating with other companies and not playing any games trying to destroy one company's reputation over the other. So that much I would have to say is a mature move. And the other thing that most people won't understand about this collaboration is that Native Instruments for the longest is known as a software first company. So what you think AKAI is trying to do at this very moment? They're trying to clean up the OS for MPC 3, which, you know, they know about all the things that are not going right with it, and they're trying to make good on it, as well as sell product that could be downloaded on the MPC or used on the MPC for the most part. Their focus is not on building a new piece of hardware when there's hardware that exists. And clearly, if they can discontinue it in good faith, people need to buy it. If you want a new MPC, then all those MPCs got to go. And I recommend that you click on the links in the description box if you want to buy your new MPC. And clearly, I'm selling one for an extra low price because this goes for $1,800. And you going to pay $1,800. That discount ain't all that great. So you can get one from me. Anyways. For the most part, I definitely want to hear from you guys. How y'all feel about, you know, a potential new MPC? Yes, I think a new MPC with 3.0 would make total sense. I'm not knocking anybody that has that argument. I understand that. Everybody understands that. But you also have to understand that there's different things that go into play when a new MPC is on the way. And I firmly would understand that, as you would know that I will understand that, and other people will understand that, as you would hope. So, not making content to be controversial, I'm just giving y'all a peace of mind from an insider that's been on the inside for a long time, for all my life, goddammit.